Momentum has a very special place in our lives because it's the keenest reflection of the gratitude that we have for what we received. Others invested in us, and now having the opportunity to invest in others, it's the most rewarding way that we can express ourselves. I grew up in a house that was humble. Really, I was blessed to grow up in a very values-based home. I always knew I was Jewish. I didn't have much Jewish education, but I knew it was a value that was important. My grandparents were warm, wonderful, loving. They definitely are a big part of my Jewish memory, for sure, because they were always part of the holidays and bringing the Yiddish, the culture that they grew up with, to our lives. I even remember so clearly my grandmother always coming up the walk on a Jewish holiday like Rosh Hashanah, and she'd be carrying the box of rugala that she bought. My grandfather had escaped the pogroms in Russia when he was about 7. He was really one of those immigrants who came with nothing, and he ended up becoming a successful businessman in the dress business. He was just a pure, loving soul. Those memories of Jewish life, I think that's something you carry forward with you. I appreciate the efforts that my family made to instill the importance of Jewish continuity, including my first trip to Israel when I was a teenager. But it really wasn't until I was much older and just after I was married that I really started to get the education that informed what it meant to be Jewish. Just this Thanksgiving, we did something unusual at our table. I gave everybody homework and I asked everybody to write down something about everybody at the table as an expression of gratitude. And what I said to my mom is, "You always believe in me." I feel like from my earliest memories, my mom always supported me in anything my imagination took me to, whatever I wanted to do, pursue. So it was a natural extension that even though some of my growth was new for her, she knew that it must be something in the right direction, and then came to understand herself the value of what I was spending my time developing. I think they would be incredibly proud of what I've taken on as a passion to not only strengthen the Jewish people, but the Momentum movement really nourishes every soul. Any growth we're going to experience as a people is going to be accomplished soul by soul. There's no magic to making numbers. It is one person at a time. Really, when you experience firsthand connection with so many different people through this work from all over the world and coming from so many different circumstances and backgrounds and situations. And when you find and feel that oneness, that unity, that connection, then you really understand that so much of the surface stuff is not really what makes people happy or fulfilled. It's not really what's on the outside. It's where people find that connection on the inside. That's where people get their life fulfillment from. And I think that once people connect with that, they're forever changed. And it actually happens. We watch it. We watch people transform themselves right before our eyes, and it's remarkable. You invest in a person, and there's no way to account for what comes from that. One of the greatest compliments someone ever gave me about my work with Momentum was that she said, "It doesn't matter how much you invest in evaluations, you will never be able to quantify the ripple effect that what you're doing is having on the future. It's not capturable." And I'll always remember that. It's crucial to keep our eye on the ball. It's not just about bringing people to Israel. That's a vehicle, but it's not the destination. The destination is bringing the values, the wisdom, the legacy that we have as Jews into the world. And I hope and I pray that we will find more vehicles for bringing those values down and spreading them and lifting the world with more and more people who can embody them and live them and pass them on. That's really the ball.